Welcome to the Artist Loft, the talk show for all artists. Join us each show as we spotlight a variety of different creatives, hosted by the Florida Arts Network, with Richard Sosa and Frank A. Ruffolo.
Hey, we're back again. How are you? Pick up your mic.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm so used to the lavalier clip to my shirt. I forgot all about this mic. I'm a hot mess, guys. But you know that already, right? So hi, I'm Richard Sosa.
Frank Ruffolo here.
Yep. And Frank, you got a little promotion going on.
Yeah.
Right?
Before we get started, I have a promotion going on here at the studio. From now until December 18th. If you purchase one of my books, either here at the studio, which is at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard in Boca Raton, just north of Glades Road, or if you contact me by email, frankarofolo@gmail.com, and purchase one of my books, here's some of them sitting right here on the table. Your name will be entered into a drawing that'll take place on the 20th, and the winner will win all my books. So hurry up and call in.
Yeah. Yep. You're running out of time. What was that date again? They have until when?
Till December 18th.
All right, December 18th, a week before Christmas.
Week before.
So yeah, let's get this thing going.
Let's get this thing going.
All right. So today we have as a guest a gentleman that I met many years ago through Rose Warner, who is the one that kind of started everything that we're doing. Right. His name is Hal Axler. Hal, hey, thanks for being with us here in the studio.
Appreciate you guys have me, and thanks for mentioning me in the same conversation as Rose, because yeah, she did join a lot of us together.
Yeah, she really did. And Hal is also on on our board of directors for Florida Arts Network. So yeah, so Hal, okay, so let's talk about you a little bit.
Okay.
You know, and what was the path that got you to where you are right now?
Well, like everybody, it's a long path. My grandparents were involved in vaudeville and theater and silent movies. So growing up, joining band and doing drama was just a normal part of us once we got into public school. And after high school, I got a scholarship for the University of Miami as a music major. And my passion was always been music. And music education was going to be my first path. And one of my teachers, a brilliant educator named John Kenyon, who wrote all of our band director books when we were all kids, he kind of said, I don't think you want to really teach music. I think you want to promote music. And after I got out of school, I started working for a company called Handelman Company, which at the time was the biggest distributor of music. That eventually became video, which eventually became DVD. And by the time I was in that industry for over 20 years, the opportunity came for me to join a film festival. So taking all of that work that I did promoting music and video throughout the years, I got the opportunity to work at the Palm Beach Film Festival and now actually be working directly with filmmakers. And that led to one thing to another thing, which ended up at the Fort Lauderdale Film Festival, where I was with several years ago. Took about a 10-year weekend, and I've been back for the past 3 years, now running both of our theaters and our annual film festival.
Yeah, but you not only that, but you were working with ArtServe for a while, and Young at Art.
Yeah, I just enjoyed working with several different arts organizations. I worked with Young at Art when they were moving into their bigger location in Davie. I worked with them kind of doing the logistics and getting them moved in. Then I was the director of ArtServe, the operations director for ArtServe, which it just gave me the opportunity because I spent so long, again, with film and music. Now I was able to work with local painters and along with performing artists. Yeah. So being someone who was, it took me when I got into college, it took me about 2 or 3 hours to say, hey, I'm not going to be a professional musician. Because even so, I was a hot shot in high school when you see those other players. And I was able to turn my passion into working with artists, which I love doing.
Yeah.
And now with filmmakers, it's just a great joy to be able to work with artists of all different mediums.
And now you had mentioned you're working with 2 theaters locally. Tell our viewers what the 2 theaters that you're involved with.
So technically we're the Broward County Film Society, and we run Cinema Paradiso, which is in Hollywood on Hollywood Boulevard. It's a very small, intimate theater with 72 seats. There we tend to play a combination of foreign films, independent films, and commercial films. We're playing the new Scorsese movie, for instance, now. And we have Savor Cinema, which has been our theater for the past, boy, I think it's almost going on 30 years,
Wow.
which is a unique theater. It's built out of an old church, one of the earliest buildings in Fort Lauderdale. It was the Vinette Carroll Theater for many years. If you're familiar with Vinette Carroll, she was local. She was the first African-American woman to produce on Broadway. So she's this wonderful historic person who, when she couldn't run it anymore, they turned it over to the Film Society. And we've grown into not just a movie theater, but an event space.
Yeah.
It's a great venue.
Oh, it really is. If you guys ever get a chance to go check it out, it's in Fort Lauderdale. It's like 2 blocks down from 2 blocks east of the courthouse in Fort Lauderdale, and you got that nice courtyard outside. That, I mean, you can hold what, like 200 people?
Yeah,
in
we
that
can hold
courtyard?
about 230 in the theater, and then we can do, just huge parties outside. So through the generosity of some amazing people in the community, we were able to, after Hurricane Wilma, it used to have oak trees and everything there, and 2 of them came down in Hurricane Wilma, and the place was just a disaster.
Oh yeah.
And
I can imagine.
some of our board members and members of the community got together, and were able to transform it into this amazing covered space with canopies, and there's nothing like being able to show films and then hold these events, or people just use it for parties and a lot of fundraisers. So it's really established the theater as something unique. And when you go inside the theater, it's like nothing else.
Yeah, it really is an amazing space. I know that I've run several events through there, and I've gone to plenty more. It's just an incredible space, and you walk in, and there's your counter for the candy and the soda and
And the vodka.
yeah, and the vodka. And then you walk into that theater, and it's like you're going through like this it's like going through like this tunnel, and then it just opens up. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I remember when, years ago when we first started opening, it was one of the first theaters with stadium seating in town. So it used to be the grandest theater, and we had a lot of things that a lot of people didn't have, the big plush seats and everything.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, so you're sitting in this building with stained glass windows and these beautiful lights that hang down, and we got all up-to-date digital projection.
Yeah.
And we're playing the same kind of projection as the major studios.
Yeah,
And it even has space up in front, so for live entertainment. And you can put live entertainment right in front of the seats. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is an amazing venue.
Yeah,
It really
and
is.
Savor Cinema, that's named after a very generous person in the community that helps us keep the the theater going. But it's Savor Cinema, SAVOR Cinema. And yeah, for everybody that you haven't been there. And one of the other wonderful things we get to do, and I know we'll talk about the festival in a few minutes, is probably, 100 filmmakers, local filmmakers a year premiere their films at our theater.
Yes.
And that's something that's
Yes.
really, really awesome for us to be able to do.
Yeah, it really it's fantastic because one of the things that we want to do as Florida Arts Network is to promote not only local filmmakers but local artists in general. We've been toying with the idea of having like a couple of high school artists display some of their work in the courtyard, and doing something like that. Something that we've been toying with. But yeah, it's because the arts down here, it's not like up in New York. Right? I was born and raised in New York City, and the arts there is like it's everywhere, right? And so, you know, now, so now we're here trying to promote the arts and revitalize it and stuff. And I just love the arts. I get so excited.
Well, and especially, you know, film post-COVID.
Yeah.
You know, you always had that competition between people staying home. During COVID, everybody got bigger TVs, and everybody figured out streaming, and they could stream off of countless networks, and a lot of times films were playing. You could stream somewhere, somehow.
Yeah.
But it's still that experience of getting people together to see a film is still unique.
Richard and I went to the Broward Performing Arts Center, where they gave I guess, their annual speech about the condition of the arts in Broward County.
Yeah.
State
of the arts. It was their first one.
Yeah.
It was their first one, yeah.
And they were saying the biggest problem down here is there's a lot of stuff going on in the arts in various degrees of the arts, but nobody knows.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not just a challenge for us. You know, we've been there in that building, and there's all these condos that have popped up around us. And there's not a day go by that I won't be out front and somebody's walking their dog, and they're, oh, I didn't know this was a theater. Yeah. I mean, we should you know, use that domain name because it's amazing. I've been living back there for 15 years. And, you know, I live out in Davie, right near Flamingo Gardens.
Yeah.
Same thing. I'll talk to my neighbors. We're going to Flamingo Gardens, and they're like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, it's incredible. But at the state of the arts thing that they had, one of the things that they were talking about was getting the media more involved in the arts, because if people don't talk about it, nobody hears about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and they actually want to train.
Yeah, they want to start a program where they're going to hire media people to interface with all the local media people down here to promote all the different arts that go on in Broward County.
Yeah, and it is amazing how much arts organizations there are in South Florida.
Yeah.
And just like with us, how many different film festivals we host at our theaters. We're lucky because we got a venue, so we're able to help support and work with, you know, I'd say 20, 30 other film festivals a year, ranging from Popcorn Frights to Outshine to just all different, you know, people that are promoting films in a different way.
Right, and we got to get with him to schedule our next event.
Yes, yeah, we do. Okay, so we're going to be taking a really quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about the Fort Lauderdale International Film Festival, which starts tomorrow, and there's going to be a film showing at the Hard Rock Live in Hollywood, and we'll talk a little bit more about that when we come back. And when we come back, we're going to have we're going to give an opportunity to win two free tickets to the movie that's going to be playing at the Hard Rock Live tomorrow.
Phone number is 888-994-4995, Studio A.
Yep. So we'll be back in just a couple of seconds.
Ever needed a good read? Maybe a book to keep your mind off things. Frank A. Ruffalo is an internationally known author and accomplished screenwriter. He's written many successful novels with amazing stories. Fiction adventures like The Lady of the Harbor, The Trihedral of Chaos, Gabriel's Chalice, 10048, and many more. For more information, visit www.frankaruffalo.com, or you can find Frank Ruffalo on Amazon.
And we're back. You beat me to the punch there.
Well,
I was dragging it out a little too long, right? All right, so Hal, why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going to happen tomorrow at the Hard Rock Live?
Absolutely. I got about 3 hours to talk now, right, about the film festival.
Go for
You've
it.
got about 5 minutes.
This is going to be like a Scorsese film
go
if I'm
for it.
talking about the film festival. So the festival, first off, the festival runs from tomorrow through November 16th. So we're going to talk a little bit about tomorrow, but that is just scratching the surface of what we have. We open up tomorrow at the Hard Rock Live, which is going to be an absolutely amazing venue to host our film. The film we're playing is a dramatic comedy called The Good Half, It stars Nick Jonas and Brittany Snow and Elizabeth Shue and Matt Walsh. We're going to have
right?
there. We'll talk a little bit about how the strike impacts everything.
Yes.
And we're going to have there Brittany Snow, David Arquette, Matt Walsh, and the director of the film is Robert Schwartzman. If you're not familiar with Robert Schwartzman, he's part of the whole Coppola clan. He's Yo Adrian's son. He's been in countless movies, and we're going to be showing a few of his films throughout the festival, including Princess Diaries, which he was in years ago.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
And so tomorrow we open up at Hard Rock Live, and with this amazing party afterwards. Before is going to be the red carpet with probably about 60 filmmakers and celebrities that will be down for the festival. People can come just for the film, and they can go to our website, buy tickets just for the film, or the film and the amazing party we're going to have afterwards.
Yes, I am so looking forward to that party.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a party guy. I love parties. I love a good party,
And
and
it's-
especially when you get to dress up. I like to play.
Oh
dress up.
yeah, people come swanky.
Oh yeah.
But it's being produced by Hard Rock, and just the amazing quality that goes into everything they do there.
Absolutely. And just as a shameless plug, on November 13th, a film that I'm in called Sisters of Vengeance will be playing at Savor Cinema. So you want to make sure that you get your tickets for that as well.
And it's under a series called Filmed in Broward 1.
Yes.
Because
there you
we
go.
have about 9 programs of all films from Broward County, about 50 films.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That really is amazing.
So that's one thing that we're extremely proud of during the film festival, is that we could promote filming here in Broward County. And Film Florida is having their big party on Saturday at the theater as well.
We got to have our film there.
We'll be
Yep.
partnering with Film Florida as well during the festival.
Yeah, we have to get busy on our film, because we have a script that we wrote
Yep.
on human trafficking called Stuck in Traffic. We're talking to some producers now, and
We have a production company?
we're in development right now, so it's going to be a while, because a lot of people don't realize it takes a good year and a half to do a film. It's crazy, all the stuff that goes into it. All right, so before the break, I had mentioned that we are going to give somebody an opportunity to win 2 free tickets to see the movie that's going to be playing at the Hard Rock, The Good Half. So the first person to call in to 888-994-4995, Studio A, will win 2 tickets to go see the movie at the Hard Rock Live. So go.
Go.
All right. So FLIFF is it's a big thing down here.
Yeah, it really is. And, just to give you the scope of the festival, we're playing about 200 films.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
mentioned,
amazing.
a lot of them are short films, a lot of them from Broward, but we have features from just all over the world. And one of the really great things about film festivals is you get to see actors that are maybe character actors, maybe a lot of times in supporting roles. You see them now up front as the star. Or Brittany Snow, if you're familiar with her name, she's in Pitch Perfect and just a ton of other movies. She has her directorial debut, her world premiere as a director at the film festival in a film called Parachute.
Nice.
So
good.
that's one of the beauties. We have a short film called Hunk, and if you look at the
It's a story about me.
there you go. But no, if you
No,
look,
that would be Chunk.
no, but if you go on the IMDb page of the director of it, he's been in, not as an actor, but doing the EPKs and post-production for like every Marvel film. And now here he is, his first time directing a film. And that's what's so great, is you have these people stepping out into a different role for the first time. And it just is really wonderful when you see the quality of the amount of talent there is.
Oh yeah, there's
And-
a lot of talent out there. I'll tell you, I could never direct though. I'm not disciplined enough to direct.
It's challenging.
Yeah, reading the script, going through, getting a shot list together, getting a prop list together. No, I couldn't do it.
And the other beauty of the festival, since you're talking about that, is being able to come out and meet the artists that make films.
Yes.
And that is just always a fascinating story when you're talking to people, because we have, I wouldn't say every film has filmmakers there, but at least half or three-quarters, there's going to be somebody from the film production at the films.
Yeah.
And the best part is seeing a film, having that Q&A, going out to the courtyard, being able to spend some time with them. We encourage all the film students, all the local filmmakers to join us and experience that interaction with the filmmakers.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
How has the strike affected the...
Oh, yeah.
It's
festival?
interesting. So the actors had to get special waivers to come in. Some of them are still trying to get it that are supposed to be there tomorrow. And then they're restricted as to what they can say on the red carpet. So once we get all the press there, they'll be, and I'm not part of the press team, so I don't know all the specifics, but there's definitely rules as to what they can and cannot say while they're representing their film.
Yeah.
We have, I'm just going to jump to our centerpiece film, which is November 9th on Thursday. We have Michael Chiklis coming in for a film called The Senior, which is about it's a true story about a 59-year-old man who had a year of eligibility left in playing college football, and he makes the team as a 59-year-older.
What?
World premiere. The actual person that the film's about is going to be there. We got NFL players coming in
that
from
Tom Brady?
all over the country. Yeah, he's almost 59. But we have Michael Chiklis coming, and he had to get the waiver to be part of it. So it added a whole nother level of I won't say the real word I mean to say, but a whole nother level of challenges to an already challenging endeavor, putting together a festival.
Yeah, yeah, and then having to deal with all of that, and then I'm assuming that press will be told what you can and cannot ask.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Which hopefully most of them will understand.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's festivals all over the country going through this. I mean, I was reading an article that Venice, Toronto, they all had the same restrictions that we have. Is the filmmakers can only discuss certain things while they're on strike.
Yeah, and hopefully that strike will be resolved soon.
Yeah.
And get these people back to work. There are a lot of people they're losing their livelihood because this strike has been going on for so long because just can't.
And people say, oh, it's a bunch of rich Hollywood celebrities just trying to get more money.
No, it's
so
not.
way beyond that.
Only 3% of the actors are like what you call the multi-million-dollar guys. It's 97% of the actors are paycheck to paycheck. They're doing odd jobs. They don't have any money.
And you may know the answer to this. What percentage of the movie industry is actually just actors? It's probably a small percentage.
It really is because all you have to do is look at the movie credits.
Exactly.
At the end of the movie, you've got like
actors.
10 actors, and then you've got like a gazillion people that are crew and second unit and all this. It's amazing.
And that's probably scaled back with an independent film, but you probably got 5 actors and 30 people that are on the credits.
Yeah.
And then the caterers and the coffee shop down the street and the drivers.
Mm-hmm.
So it really does impact a lot of people. And, they're discussing real life issues that, that a lot of the modern technology has created.
Yeah. And the AI, so AI can be a great tool, but I know a lot of people want to take advantage of it, and so these actors are gonna lose out on work if something is not done about it.
Yep.
Yeah, and the films are now presented no longer just by movie studios.
Yeah, you got streaming services,
right? So there's a lot to it. I mean, obviously we hope it gets resolved. Everybody hope it gets resolved.
Yeah,
but it does add an interesting impact to putting together a film festival. And unless you've done it, you have no idea what goes into putting that together.
Yeah, no, I have never put a film festival together. I've helped, but not something like FLIFF. I mean, that's ginormous. Like my
And
daughter.
it's changed so much. When I first started, it was, we're toting around big 35 millimeter cans. Then we were like thrilled, digibeta and beta, but at least you had a physical thing you were holding. Now what you have is, everything digital, and you're just getting files from probably 200 to 300 sources, and then you got files and the keys and everything. So it is a lot more complex than it used to. Last year we had a big film and Pack Theater at Gateway Theater, and we go to start it, did everything we can, and they gave us the keys to the wrong theater. And it was a Sunday afternoon, and nothing you could do. There's no way to check it. It's just one of those things that happen.
Oh my gosh!
And there's just so much different things that could happen when you're doing that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Of course, our board blamed us.
Yeah. of course, because that's what boards do.
They do.
So I can't believe we're out of time already. It's time. I'll tell you, when we do this show, time just flies. It's incredible.
But we're only up to day one. I got 13 more days to talk about. So I'm going to go page by page in our program guide and tell you all. Or you can visit our website.
There you go.
Which is FLIFF, FLIFF.com. It's all interactive. You can search by film, by genre, by country, by venue. You could also download the program guide. Or hopefully you'll be at our theater to pick one up in person.
And if you have any questions, we will post Hal's phone number on the show. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Could you imagine? Oh, my gosh. Yeah, he'd kill me.
But they'd all be good questions. So, but
yeah.
Please, just get on our website. You can email me at my name, hal@fliff.com, or info@fliff.com. More than happy to answer a lot of questions.
All right, fantastic. Well, Hal, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
All right. And so this show is hosted by the Florida Arts Network. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we covet your gifts, your tax-deductible gifts.
It's the end of the year, so if you need a tax deduction on your taxes, send us a check.
Yeah, and we are here to promote the arts, and not just like the filmmakers and the artists that are already producing the art, but we want to work with kids. I see kids with potential all the time, and they may not have the means to be able to develop that talent any further, and we want to be there for that. So, but we can't do it without
your help.
Yeah. So visit us at floridaartsnetwork.org. Check us out. Explore the website. See what we're all about, what we do, what we've done.
Check out our past shows on the Artist Loft.
Yes. Yeah, there's a tab there for the Artist Loft. You can check previous episodes on there. Just a click of a button. Yeah, go on out there and please, if you can help in any way, we appreciate it. All right. And thanks for joining us for another episode of the Artist Loft.
And we will see you guys next time.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank you for watching The Artist Loft. Make sure to tune in next time for another great show. A show that was produced by Ant Media Productions and hosted by the Florida Arts Network with your hosts Richard Sosa and Frank A. Ruffolo.